Hi, and welcome to Marketing Margaritas. This is a soundbite episode, so it's just one of my shorty ones with a quick tip for you. And today I'm focusing on setting up a Facebook event, which might sound like a simple thing, but you'd be surprised how many people do an abysmal job of it. So, we're getting back into the swing of events and everything. The year, it's always a little bit slow, and then we seem to have a whole heap of them between March and May. So I thought Facebook events were a good one to touch on because I still think that they're very useful for your event marketing. When you create a Facebook event, people can share it, they can tag their friends in it, they can click going, etc. And when they do, you can then post in the event and they will be notified. Which quick tip that I didn't write down is that do not overpost an event because people's attention is precious. It's something to be earned, not something you should just take for granted. So if they have clicked going and they are getting your notifications, use them very, very sparingly. Okay. Top tips for a Facebook event. First of all, is an eye-catching cover. So when you create an event, Facebook will automatically sub in your Facebook page's cover as the event cover. I recommend creating and uploading your own, even if that's just through Canva. You want something that's going to just visually grab people and be correct for the size that's going on. And quick tip, Josh, to maybe just think of you, is that when you do that cover, you need to look at both desktop and mobile because it changes between the two of them and sometimes a real pain in the ass about getting them to sit right. Okay, secondly is having a clear event title. So if you have an event called Playgroup, that doesn't tell me anything. If you call it yoga class, that is a little bit better, but again, how could it be more useful? The Facebook event title is prime real estate. So you want to make sure that it's, descriptive of what it's going to be. So, is it going to be a yoga class on the beach? Is it going to be a meditation yoga class? Is it a yoga class for mums and bubs? So really try and be more descriptive with that title so that you can bring in the right people for you. Also, if it's a recurring event, then I recommend putting in, like, for example, if it's something you do every year, then have, Jade's Massive Bash 2024, for example. So that way people know that when they see it, they're actually seeing the correct up-to-date event information and that it's not accidentally going to be last year's or something. Okay, for the description, third tip, pull all of the event info in. So people quite often will skimp on the description and they just expect that people are going to know what's going to happen there. That's not the way to entice people to your event. If people know what to expect, they're more likely to come along, but also there's different things that will draw in different people. So just think about things like, why are you even holding the event? What's the purpose of it? So that's a great thing to put in your intro is like, why is it there? Why does it exist? Then obviously, what's the cool stuff that you're going to be doing there? So what are the different things that are going to bring people in? Don't forget the basics as well. So for example, if you've got a markets, do most of your stalls have FPOS? If the proceeds for your event are going to a particular charity, make sure you put that in there. If it's something where people need to bring along certain things or certain things are going to be provided for them, etc., make sure that you put all of that information in there so that it's easy for people. And when I say put all the information in, don't then go writing paragraphs and paragraphs of fucking information that no one's going to read. Like, still think of your online reading principles. Make it easy for people to read and understand. So it might be a few lines of an intro, some dot points, another couple of lines, some dot points. So you want to keep it short, snappy, and something that's easy to scan through, but just make sure you do have all the info in there that's useful so that for when I'm deciding whether to go to the event or not, I've got everything in front of me. So the other reason that it's really good to create a Facebook event as well is that you can tag that event in your posts. So when you do a Facebook post, about the event, rather than putting all the event information in every single time, you might just talk about one particular cool aspect. So say you were doing a big fancy dinner and you're going to have an auction and you're going to have a keynote speaker and you're going to have a magician and you're going to have raffles, etc., silent auction, whatever. then you might only talk about one, you might have, oh, here's one of the auction items we're going to have. It's very prestigious, etc. Make sure you check out, register for our event or whatever. You can tag the event name in, so you don't need to put all that information in to every single post, because you've got all of that in your actual Facebook event. And just a quick wrap-up tip is that if you are organising the event with someone or for someone else, like I said, if you're donating to a charity or whatever, invite them to co-host. So when you set up the Facebook event, it'll come under your page, but there is a section in the event setup where you can invite other pages to be co-hosts, and so that way it shows up on their page as well. So that just gives you more reach, more eyeballs, etc., and just makes it a little bit easier if there is anything to update. So best of luck. It's not hard to do, but there are a few easy things you can do to make sure you're optimizing it. Cheers.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Marketing and Margaritas. Find more free marketing tips, tricks and laughs at rebelnation.com.au.